Corner.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Cowboy Up, or do this like the Cowboy Up podcast. Wrong show.
Oh, wait a minute.
Welcome to the Cowboy Huddle podcast. All right.
This dude here.
You're too busy. You're too busy.
This dude, yeah, he's too busy. Well, big shout out to Cowboys Up podcast. Oh yeah, big shout out. It's very, very similar, very, very close. So yeah, I understand. You're a busy man. You all over the place. But so here's the question. Let me go back a little bit because I want to bring you in on what's going on as well, brother. So I'm going to read this again. Parson missed 4 games last season, the first absence of his NFL career due to injury, but still recorded at least 70 pressures for the 4th consecutive year. His 20.2% pass rush win rate trailed only Myles Garrett. Since entering the league, Parson has been nearly unblockable, and he has earned a PFF pass rush grade of 91.6 or higher in each of his 4 seasons. So the question is, why haven't we signed Micah Parsons?
It's easy. It's easy. Do the Cowboys believe in Parsons, right? As fans, we always talk about Micah at the end of the year in a healthy season, right? Bulk of his stats come at the tail front of the season. Where does Micah show up in the playoffs? Where does Micah show off between week 10 to week 18? That's when we need Micah the most. If we're seeing that as fans, Jerry, Steven, Will McClay, these guys are seeing it as NFL executives. Jerry tried to pull a fast one and getting Micah signed without his agent present. Micah said no. Believe me when I tell you this, that pissed Jerry Jones off. I don't care who you are. That's not the way. When Jerry Jones has his brain set on an objective and he wants to complete that objective on his own with no agents, he did it with Romo. He did it with Tyron Smith. He did it with Zach Martin. He did it with those big-time players. He did it with Dion. He did it with Michael Irvin. Remember El Paso, that story?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jerry likes things his way as the owner, as general manager, as whatever you want to call it. When Micah put out on social media that he's not going to sign a deal without his agent, that crushed Jerry. Because Jerry had an offer on the table to make him the highest paid non-quarterback player in the league. Micah said, no, not without my agent. Jerry felt betrayed. I don't know if a deal gets done with Micah. I really don't. And then as also G. Hampton, how the Cowboys think. This is also how they think here. And instead of signing Micah, how many more players can I sign? Can I sign Brandon Aubrey? Can I sign Deron Bland? Can I sign Tyler Smith? Can I sign these 3 players in exchange for 1? That's how they're going to look at it too.
Well, wait a minute. Now, Jerry Jones been doing this for some time, Cowboy. I mean, come on now. He's been doing this for some time, and we're sitting up here thinking that he's in his feelings simply because he didn't want to bring his agent. He didn't want to bring his agent on, so basically he's in his feelings that, well, I had an offer on the table, but he didn't want it, so now I'm pissed off. That's crazy. And you mean to tell me that's why we're where we are now is simply because he's upset because Micah did not want to do the deal without his agent. Come on, Jerry. Sounds kind of emotional to me, you ask me, brother. Are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. What's going on?
No, I just said I thought that's pretty petty. Jerry's been doing this for years. He's been doing this, making, deals, but I guess, he thought he could undercut Parsons' agent, and now he gets in his feelings because he did not want to make the deal without his agent. I mean, come on, that's pretty petty if you ask me. That's pretty petty.
Well, it all depends on how Jerry set up the contract. How much was guaranteed? Was there injury? Was there incentives for this? Was there that? Micah's not a lawyer. Micah can't go through that NFL contract and look at the fine print.
Right.
Randy Gregory signed with the Broncos because there was fine print in there that if Randy Gregory got hurt, his contract voided out.
Right.
And if Randy Gregory didn't have the agent would have never found that language. So
Exactly. Yeah.
So Micah, I'm sure Micah's aware of that. I'm sure Micah's aware of how the Cowboys structure contracts. So Cowboys sometimes they get the players that buy into Jerry and Steven's rhetoric, and there's other players that don't. So Micah is protecting him. Micah's protecting the next generations that's going to benefit from the funds that he will receive playing football. So I can't blame Micah in that sense because he's not a lawyer. He's not going to read all that fine language.
Of course. That's why that's the whole reason he hired his agent. And I can't remember his agent name, but his agent is one of the top agents out there. And so I'm sure that's one reason, Jerry wanted to go that route because he didn't want to involve the agent because, like you said, there's probably some language in there that Michael would probably overlook. But again, here we are, man. I mean, I just read off some things that he did in the past after missing 4 games and still had over 70 pressures. And, we're still talking about what happens to Micah. So I don't know, man. And that led me on to the next topic we was talking about. They're saying that Jerry needs to sign Brandon Aubrey or extend Brandon Aubrey ASAP. What you think about that, brother?
I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I hate that we have a good kicker. I do. I hate that we have a good kicker because and I'm giving Schottenheimer a pass because I don't know how he's going to do this. But Mike McCarthy relied on Brandon Aubrey too much. At the bye week last year, Brandon Aubrey had more points than the offense.
Yep.
Pathetic. I hate that we have a good kicker. Do I want him signed? It's a hell of a weapon. Reliable as heck.
Yeah.
Obviously, I want him signed, but I hate that we have a good kicker. If he doesn't get signed, look, I'm like this. Not like that meme eating the popcorn like this.
Yeah. But
that's what I'll be like.
I don't know, Mike, because man, a good kicker is hard to find. I mean, I think we relied on our kicker too much. I mean, we saw Mike McCarthy here hadn't gone for a 55-yarder, 56, 57. Come on, dude. I mean, you're putting him in positions, to put a lot of strain on his leg. Instead of us trying to force to get the first down, well, we'll just go for a 55-yard. And a lot of times he made those kicks. But again, I think we used them in the wrong way. I mean, you want to have a automatic kicker when you need them, but damn, we look like we needed them damn near every series, to be honest with you.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. But again, I like the fact that we have a good kicker, but at the same time, I think we should extend him because I just feel that it's not, we don't have too many Tuckers out there from the Ravens. He's probably one of the automatic kickers out there. So, yeah, when you got somebody like Brandon Aubrey, man, I think, you have to extend him, man, because, we saw what Greg the Leg was like and how he hurt us as well,
Yeah, I just don't want to, I get it. He gets paid to do a job.
Yeah.
I don't want the score to be 9-21 because we can't match touchdowns. We've seen it way too many times with the good field goals that we have. I mean, Brett Maher, it started with him. He got inconsistent towards the end of his Dallas Cowboy career because we put too much pressure on him. Fast forward to Greg the Leg, put a lot of pressure on him, and then they went out and found Brandon Aubrey, and we still put a lot of pressure on him. So the last 3 kickers, ever since Dan Bailey left, has just been under immense pressure because this offense has gotten stale time after time after time.
That's so true. That is so true. And that brings up what I want to really talk about. We talk about the offense a lot, Mike. We talk about this offense and the pieces that we have in place, the running back core, the receiver core and thing. But, man, I wanted to look at this defensive side of the ball and the history with our defense, man. So, and we're talking about Matt Eberflus, and, he is our defensive coordinator. But I want to talk a little bit about the lack of stability on this defensive side of the ball over the years. And when I say that, I go back and I look after doing research. So let's go back where we can go all the way back, but we're going to go back probably starting at 2011. We had Rob Ryan. He was our defensive coordinator. And yeah, we saw how that worked. Then we come back in 2013, we had Monty Kiffin. And from then 2014 to 2019, we had Rob Marinelli. 2020, we had Mike Nolan, which that was, wait a minute. that was a terrible season. Then we come back in 2020, from 2021 to 2023, we had Dan Quinn. Then 2024, we had Mike Zimmerman. Now we're here at Matt Eberflus. Now, it's also been told from 2013 to 2017, Mike, there has been 10 coaches that reached the Super Bowl, and only 2 came from the defensive side of the ball. Then when you look at it, from 2018 to 2023, there has been 15 coaches that has made the Super Bowl, and all let's see, it says 15 of them come from the offensive side of the ball. So there was a transition between 2013 to 17, and from 2018 to 23. So we saw the defensive coaches win back in those times, and here lately, the NFL has fallen in love with the offense. So, which that leads to the question is, what is it that Matt Eberflus can bring to this defense to help the team in a whole?
Look, Matt Eberflus has skins on the wall. He's been a successful defensive coordinator with the Colts. Someone made a good point on yesterday's show.
Okay.
The Chicago Bears had a bad offense. Their defense, when Matt Eberflus took over, their defense stepped up. They started doing better statistically. So when Matt Eberflus has his hand on the defense full time, he was doing head coaching duties and defense before he got fired in Chicago. Then he obviously was full time defense coordinator with the Colts, which he did such a good job that he got promoted to go be a head coach. You don't get promoted to be a head coach if you're doing a bad job, right?
Correct.
So he was doing a good job, and he got his promotion. Matt Eberflus knows how to win in this league. He's been with the Cowboys. He knows the culture that Jerry Jones can bring to the locker room, and he knows how to handle Jerry on the defense side of the ball. He's been here as a linebackers coach. I like his defensive style. It's going to be like a Rod Marinelli type defense. Now, one thing with Rod Marinelli liked undersized defensive tackles. With the pieces that we drafted in the 7th round, just maybe, Eberflus likes to take a different approach. But the defense, we're going to see a lot of stunts. We're going to see a lot of cover 2. We're going to see a lot of moving around. We're going to see a lot of blitz packages. That's what Eberflus brings to this defense.
And you know what? And looking more into Matt and what he brings to the table, basically one thing he did say, he said that he wants to have one voice and one goal. And he said the vision is take the ball away and stop the run. Those are his 2 vision that he, and he's been successful. He has been successful in these 2 areas as far as, take the ball away and stopping the run. So I guess it is something that we can look into to see that defense in a whole. Because now what I did see also, it says now, it was also reported out of 10 times, 10 times he's been ranked. He's been ranked in the top 10 for takeaways. He's been ranked also in the top 10 for rushing yards allowed. So I guess my question is, we look at all these defensive ends and we're trying to put this puzzle together, and we're talking about a base defense, a 4-3 defense, which personally I think a base 4-3 defense is you're looking for these big outside defensive ends, okay? But we know what we have with the defensive end. We have Michael Parsons, and we have the new kid from Boston College. So that I guess that's my concern. I guess there's going to be a rotation, or I don't know how that 4-3 is going to look. But again, I guess we could trust Matt. But what do you think the defense as far as that front line is going to look like? Or is he looking for bigger defensive ends, or what do you think?
Well, you look at what they did in free agency. Dante
Yeah,
Fowler, a more
yeah,
limber guy. You look at who they drafted in the second round, and Donovan as a Raku. All right, you look at him and what his size and his style. He's about 40 pounds bigger than Overshown. Um, so, you look at the trends that Eberflus brought in. It's about the same as what Dan Quinn likes, in a sense of your ends. Now, if I'm going to put a projection out there, I think you're going to have Parsons on one side. You're going to have some competition there with Mozzie. I don't know if Eberflus is going to pencil in Mozzie as a starter there. And then you got Osa Odigizua, all right, the best free agent signing of the Cowboys this offseason outside of George Pickens in that trade. And then I think on the other side, you're going to have Dante Fowler. I think those are your starters. And then your rotation is going to be Sam Williams. Your rotation is going to be Marshawn Nealon, the second round Michigan pickup there. I think it was Western Michigan or Eastern Michigan, one of them two schools. Then you're going to look at Solomon Thomas. You're going to look at maybe some other people that those late round draft picks and stuff. But no, I can't wait to see that rotation. It's going to be pretty nasty.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, he has now. Like I say, after doing research, I mean, like I say, he has shown that he has ranked in the top 10 in takeaways 5 times, and he ranked in top 10 in rushing yards allowed 5 times. So that says something. I mean, that's what you're looking for in the defense. But I guess we just have to see it when it comes together on the field. But the question is, when we talk about this Cowboys organization, and we go back. And we all see what the title is. Can the curse be broken? Wait a minute. We're going on 30 years, brother. And we was told by Jerry Jones, I can win with any coach. I can get any coach to coach this team. And, well, I beg to differ. It hasn't happened, and we're still looking for that coaching staff to turn this team around. So the question is, can Brian break the curse? Now, we heard all the rumors when we heard about Brian being hired. We heard all the reaction, the negative reactions from a lot of people. People felt that the window had been closed and he never has had a head coaching job. And basically, people was upset. So what is it? And we also saw Brian Schottenheimer with Mike McCarthy. He was supposed to have been the assistant offensive coordinator. So what is it that Brian is going to do different to turn this team around? What can you expect from Brian? I know we're talking about what he say, culture or something like that. But what is it that we can expect from Brian when we haven't actually seen him as a head coach? I mean, I know we are hyped and we ready to go, but dude, there's still some question marks, if you ask me. What do you think?
I'm going to be honest with you, Jeep Hampton. I think Schottenheimer answered a lot of my questions. I was hesitant to even sip the Kool-Aid of Brian Schottenheimer, but I'm listening. I'm watching. When we got introduced as fans to Mike McCarthy lied to the Cowboy fan base within 5 minutes of his press conference. He said he watched all the plays of the Dallas Cowboys 2019 season, and then he said, "No, I didn't. I just needed a job." Brian Schottenheimer sat behind there, and in his press conference, we got the whiff of Jerry spilling tea in a sense that Brian Schottenheimer would sit there in the meetings and shake his head in disagreement of how the offensive playbook plan should be put in place for that week. Schottenheimer was not calling the plays. Schottenheimer was there learning under Mike McCarthy. Schottenheimer was a proven defensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson statistically had the best year under Brian Schottenheimer calling the plays in Seattle. So when you look at what Brian Schottenheimer talked about, and now I'm not sipping that Kool-Aid. I got pictures of it, and I'm stone colding the Kool-Aid, all right? Can't get enough of it. And here's why. Here's why. He talked about it. Now, Brian, I want you to be about it. Here's how he's being about it, all right? Clayton Adams, the offensive coordinator now coming from the Lions. He's known for what, G? He's known for coaching offensive linemen. Connor Riley, the Kansas coach, offensive coordinator. He's known for developing offensive linemen. Cooper Beebe wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Connor Riley.
That's
so you
right.
bring those pieces into me, G. Hampton, all right? Then what does he do? He drafts Tyler Booker with the number 1 pick, G. Hampton. So what does that tell me? He cares about offensive line. He did not bring in Clayton Adams to waste his time. He didn't bring in Connor Riley, our new offensive lineman, to waste his time. He said, guys, I'm going to take care of you. Here's a new guy to replace the legend, Zach Martin. All right? Bam. Then they said, oh, man. What else do we need? We need a couple of running backs. And who do they go get? They got Jadon Blue. They got Phil Maffa. They went and got Javonte Williams. Sure, Miles Sanders might be a little long in the tooth, but it's competition. All right? Work with me here. So not only did he solidify, and before the draft, they went and got more free agent offensive linemen before the draft. So not only did they go get free offensive linemen before the draft, they drafted free. They double dipped at running back. They double dipped at O-line. So Schottenheimer's saying, we're going to run the football. So he's talking about it. He's walking it. And then the last piece of the puzzle, G. Hampton and everybody watching, was what? We had to go get George Pickens. That was the icing on the cake. So not only is Brian Schottenheimer talking about it, he's walking about it. Give me the pictures of Kool-Aid. Cowboys Corner is on board with Brian Schottenheimer.
Give it up for Cowboys Corner. Hey, if that didn't hype you up, I don't know what will. But let me say this here, though, Mike. Also, we heard what Mike McCarthy said. We want to run the damn ball.
And what did he do to run the ball? He signed old Zeke. He agreed to bring in old Zeke. He agreed to sit Rico Dowdle for weeks, G. Hampton.
Yeah, he did. That's in the past. But we'll just probably, our blood pressure will probably rise if we talk about that. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you who is going to, and I'm just gonna throw this out here, just because we're talking about this offense. You know who I think is really going to be a standout, and this is not one of the players I wanted to bring up. But man, and come to find out, because he couldn't participate in the combine, he couldn't participate in his pro day. He actually failed in the draft, and it was like a diamond in the rough. We're talking about Phil Maffa. I didn't realize that's why he fell so low, because he had a shoulder injury, and he fell really, really low in the draft. But we was able to pick him up. Same as Jadon Blue. You know what I'm saying? And I know you have something to share with us about Jadon Blue, but Phil Maffa might be one of those primetime running backs for us. What are you thinking?
With the 239th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select the Steelers Eagles, Phil Maffa, Clemson. All right, check this out.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about Phil Maffa. Danny Savage, shout out to my dog, Danny Savage. I think we're missing him tonight here on the show. He said, go watch this kid, all right?
That's
He's
him.
the real deal, okay? This is what I'm loving from Brian Schottenheimer and his staff. They trusted the draft process, and Phil Maffa said, here you go. I'm right here. I'm ready to run the rock. Give me the rock. 6'1", big boy. 234. I love it. I love his style. I love the aggressiveness. I love everything about Phil Maffa.
So what that does, man, it's a crowded running back room. We say Williams is going to be our workhorse. Watch and see. I don't know, man. I mean, okay, so it's possible. But do you put Phil Maffa on the practice squad?
No.
And you keep Miles Sanders and Williams as your start. I mean, and that's the only reason I'm looking at this here, Mike, is simply because you bring in Williams, what's his name? Williams, and then you got Miles Sanders, Javonte Williams. You keep them here for 1 year, and you bring in Jaden Blue, and you put Phil Maffa? I don't see that. I think one of the veterans got to go. You don't put this guy. I mean, he's under a rookie contract, and you got him for cheap. And I don't mean that in disrespect. So, what do you think about that? I mean, somebody got to go. It's a crowded backfield. It's a crowded backfield, and he's talking about doing something with Hunter Lucas. So, something got to give, brother. So, what's your take?
So, here's my take. They're going to keep 4 running backs. One's going to be named a fullback. All right, check this out. 4 of them. 4 of them things. Phil Maffa, Javonte Williams, Jaden Blue, and Hunter Lemke. Those are your 4 running backs. Out with the old, in with the new. The only carryover from last year is going to be Hunter Lemke.
So wait a minute. Wait, did you say Williams?
Yeah. Javonte Williams.
Okay.
Jaden Blue, Phil Maffa, Hunter Lemke. They might list him as a fullback, but he's definitely going to be that running back.
Yeah, So Miles Sanders, so Miles Sanders and Deuce Vaughn.
Thank God. Deuce Vaughn.
Right. That's not right.
You out.
That's not right.
What has he done, G. Hampton?
Well, come on, man. We saw Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy's offense was trash. It was trash. And you're trying to, and I'm just saying this on behalf of Deuce Vaughn. You're trying to run him up the middle in the A gap as if he's 6'1", 234. It was trash. You did the same thing with Tony Pollard. Look what happened. Broke his leg. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I like Deuce. It was a beautiful story, but the running back room is just too crowded. It's just too crowded. Brando said, I want to see what Brian Schottenheimer can do different than born old Mike McCarthy. That's what your guy Mike just elaborated on. Go ahead.
Right. So I like how you sticking up for a little popsicle stick Deuce Vaughn. I like that. Little popsicle stick Deuce Vaughn. I like that. So I like how you're sticking up for him, but I'm about to melt that popsicle down, all right? I'm going to take you back down memory lane. Old Cowboys corner went to the Lions game 2023. Jimmy Johnson get inducted to the Ring of Honor. There was only 2 running backs in that lineup. One of the names, oh God, who was it? Was it Tony Pollard?
With the Cowboys? What year was this?
2023 December. Who was it?
It was Tony Pollard.
It was Tony Pollard and Deuce Vaughn. They were the only active running backs on that roster. Let me remind you how many yards Deucey got in his opportunity. 2. He got 2 yards that game. He got 2 yards that game, G. And I seen it.
How many attempts, though? How many attempts did he get? 1?
It doesn't matter. No, I'll tell you this. I think Deuce Vaughn's like 5'5". He ain't a tall 5'5". He's a short 5'5".
Yeah.
He's short 5'5", dog. Deuce Vaughn is a wasted roster spot. My trash days are on Mondays. I'm taking out the trash on Monday.
Well, and see, I'm gonna tell you something. Now, I had a debate with an individual that, he's a Big 12 fan, which I am as well. But when Deuce Vaughn was coming out of college and we had drafted, I said, dude, I don't care how many yards he rushed for in college. The college level and the professional level are 2 different levels. Oh man, he ran for 1,200 yards each season. I don't care. And I had said in the beginning, I said it was a wasted draft, but it was a beautiful story. And here we are with a wasted draft. Look like more than likely he's going to probably be on his way out. But yeah. And
that's great. That's good.
I don't even think we could keep him either, Mike, because even on special team, when you just paid, you just gave Kevontae Turpin a 3-year contract. You see what I'm saying? So Cavante Turpin is definitely taking the lead role on all special teams and probably some packages on offense. So there's no room on special team for Deuce. And I'm not trying to talk bad about Deuce, but the story is over. It's over.
Oh yeah, the chapter's been closed. The moment that that video went viral, that was his highlight reel. Hey son, you want to come to work with me tomorrow? That was his highlight reel.
Beautiful, beautiful. Give it up. It brought a tear to my eye. But I said it right there.
Frustration to me.
Well, it was again. I was like, this is not going to work. I mean, bring up what Brando said. Fleabug, can we trade? We really need to trade for DT and sign Gilmore. I want the Cowboys to trade for DJ Reed. Well, what do you think, Mike?
Big shout out to Mike here. Thank you so much for the love and support and the $4.99 super chat, Mike. Hey, give me what works. If DJ Reader's there and we can get him on the cheap, get him in here. If you don't trade for Jalen Ramsey, give me Gilly Lock back, all right? And let AJ Brown call him old man again. I like that.
Well, now I'm glad you brought that up. Do we want Jalen Ramsey?
Hell yeah, I want Jalen Ramsey.
How old is he now?
He's old enough to play on my Cowboys. I tell you that. He can bring him on.
You know what? I don't know, man. I mean, so yeah, I guess. I mean, if he fits the budget, yeah, I guess you could bring him on. But so yeah, Brando said, "Can we trade, dude?" Man, listen,
He's
you
30.
cannot trade a used tire for a new tire. Well, it's not even a used tire, just the two. You can't expect to ride on a spare tire. Those spare tires are a lot smaller.
No, see, check this out.
It's so funny.
That's a tricycle tire. We're talking about tall 22. We're talking about tall 24s. You can't have no little tricycle tire.
You can only ride the spare tire for so long, man.
And you can only go 55 with it. You can't even go.
Yeah. Patrick Ryder said, "Remember William kicked our tail when we played with Denver, 123 yards. If we get that guy, that's a steal." You talking about what's his name? Williams. What's his name? Damn. What's his name? Devontae. And that's his name, Devontae Williams.
Javonte Williams.
Javonte. I don't know. I just didn't hear much about him, man. I mean, they said he's trying to make a comeback, man. I don't know what was he injured or something. Something had happened where he, Brando said Jalen Ramsey is 30, man. Come on, bro. Let Khair Elam play. Let Khair Elam play.
How old was Gilly Lock when he just came in and helped us a couple of years ago?
Well, yeah, he played.
Come on now. Come on now.
Let these youngsters play, man.
Let me ask you this, G. Hampton. Jalen Ramsey or Trayvon Diggs?
Man, give me Trayvon, man. Why not?
Trayvon. Hurt Trayvon?
Damn right. Well, okay, hold him up. Now you're talking about, yeah, he's been injured. So have Jalen Ramsey. He's been injured too. But, dude, I mean, there's not much different, but I like Trayvon better. I just like Trayvon better. And he, even Jalen Ramsey, well, he plays the outside, I play the inside. Shut up. I'm not a Jalen Ramsey fan. He too mouthy for me.
I want mouthy. We need mouthy.
Man, you don't have to have no mouth. Just give me a good player.
I'm tired of these right kind of guys. That's why I like George Pickens.
Hey, you got him in George Pickens. George Pickens.
Offense.
George Pickens is. I'm gonna tell you something. George Pickens is gonna beat Dak up. If Dak don't give him the ball, it's gonna be a fight. I promise you.
That's on the offense. I need mouthiness on the defense. This is Parsons' first year to try to be the leader of the defense. We're gonna find out.
Bring up Nate Dogg's comment. Nate Dogg said something about Javonte. Javonte played 17 games last season with 504 TDs. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess, man. I guess. But for Javonte, we could have kept Rico Dowdle. God dog. He had 1,000 yards. Stop. I'm just saying.
G.
You cannot.
G.
I beg your pardon.
G.
I beg your pardon.
Let me ask you a question, G.
I'm listening.
Let's say you got some leftovers, right? You went to this 5-star restaurant. You got some leftovers. How long are you gonna keep them leftovers in your fridge?
Okay, well, you got two dishes of leftovers. You got Javante and you got Rico, both of them leftovers.
No. We don't know Javante Williams. He's
What
fresh
you
in our
mean?
eyes.
He's
He's
been
fresh
injured.
in our eyes. He's fresh in our.
Oh,
He's fresh in our eyes. How long are you keeping them leftovers, G? From that 5-star restaurant.
all I know is I want the one that gave me the most miles, and I know Rico gave me 1,000 miles, and this guy only gave me 500.
I guarantee.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna look this up. I think Javante Williams probably in his career probably has more yards than Rico.
Wait, hold on. You cannot. That's not fair. That's not fair because Rico only started one season. You got to go off the one season.
The leftovers are staying in your fridge for 5 days, and you're still gonna try to eat them, huh? It's time to throw out the leftovers.
Hey,
it's time to throw out the leftovers.
If it's concealed good enough and it's one of your favorite dishes, I throw that joke in the microwave.
So Rico Dowdle's been in the league since 2020. 4 years, he has 1,464 yards. All right. So 1,000 of that came just last year. Let's look at Javante Williams.
Yeah.
Let's look at Javante Williams. Let's go.
He's
right
been
here.
hurt by 2 seasons.
But anyway, and your feelings are going to be hurt for about 2 years. If it once 2,394 yards, and Javante Williams been in the league a year. Rico Dowdle was 2020. Javante Williams was 2021. I end my case.
No, there's no case, Mike. Rico only played 1 season, and he got 1,000 yards.
Hurt.
Huh?
Because he was always hurt. He's been a Cowboy since 2020, G.
But guess they had him playing behind. Who they have him playing behind? Zeke.
Because and that's sad.
Pollard.
Do you not see the Zeke the last 3 years, Zeke? That was sad. That's disappointing.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So being the primary running back versus splitting time with a running back. Do you prefer to have a primary running back, or are you more with the split time running backs? I mean, I understand it's the new way they play football, but I just know some players back in the day that thought that was unheard of if they didn't get the ball 95% of the time. And we're gonna start with Emmitt Smith. He said, "Ain't no way in the world I'm splitting no time." So, yeah. So the question is, which one do you prefer? Are you okay with the split time running back?
I'm okay with running
back. There you go, Nate Dogg. Who has the most recent good production? It was Rico Dowdle. How about that? Now that's how you compare that. That's how Williams only had 516 yards, and guess what? Rico behind that trash offensive scheme, it was trash. He had 1,002 yards. Give it up. Come on, Rico. We miss you, Rico. Come on.
Do you still hang on to the 5-star restaurant leftovers?
I am, man. Shoot, I can't buy steak every day. Shit. I'm just saying. Heck yeah, to come from Ruth Chris. Heck yeah, I'm a shoot. But no. So back to that. What? Let's see. Williams' best season was 9. Get him, Nate Dogg.
Y'all never heard of one-hit wonders, have y'all?
Well, that was Rico Dowdle. And now, but let's keep our eye on Rico Dowdle. He's over at Carolina now. Boy, we're going to be some upset. Boy, look at her. Are we really going to act like politics in Dallas don't determine? Oh, man. No, we ain't talking about no politics. No. But anyway, back to that question. The running game has changed in there, and that's true. Listen, Cowboy Corner, Mike, what are you going to do? Do you want a primary running back, or you want the split time running back?
Going into this draft, I wanted a third down back.
Yeah.
And Mario Hampton was my guy for that. Obviously, we didn't draft him. But if you look at the running back situation we got now, I'm okay with running back by committee as long as they do it right. They have to do it right. Now, it's okay if Phil Maffa goes in there and runs the ball 3 consecutive times and gets a first down. I'm cool with that. And I'm okay with if it's 2nd and 7 and you got to run a screenplay to Javonte to Jadon Blue. I'm okay with that. I'm okay if it's 3rd and inches and we hand the ball up to Javonte Williams and he goes get the first down.
Yeah.
If you do it right, if you do it right, and shout out to my dog Uncensored. If you do it right, it works. But if you fumble F it around, if Charlie F around is in the building, aka Mike McCarthy, it ain't gonna work. Brian Schottenheimer is gonna figure this out.
Yeah. And and that's what I say because personally, I think that there's 2 positions that you really just cannot, substitute in and out on the regular. And that is your quarterback and your running back. I mean, as a running back, man, you have to get the adrenaline. You have to, and I think really that had a lot to do with Zeke. Before Zeke started splitting time, man, Zeke was the primary back. There was no guy behind Zeke. Zeke was a guy. But then when he got paid the big money, what did Jerry want to do? Oh, we got to protect our investment. So what we're going to do is allow him to split time with Tony Pollard. That kills a running back, if you ask me, Mike, because I need 3 series to get going. I can't go in for 1 series and then it's 3 and out. Then I got to rotate. I'm just now is starting to feel the game. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, they try to do that mix in and mix out with the quarterback. Or you go run the wildcat, but then you run the regular plays and stuff like that. I just think that is hard on a player, and especially a running back. You taking a running back, you keep him there for 2 series, and then he's out for 3 series. It's hard to get the momentum back. I mean, that's where I think it's more of a hindrance than anything. But like you said, it could be done right. It can be done if it's done right. If you're 3rd and short, you can use your fullback, or you can use Maffa, or you can use Hunter Luke. But one thing we did see is Mike McCarthy just totally ruined the whole offensive backfield. So, yeah.
And he did. But I think with it being a passing league these days, you can get away with running back by committee. But your committee has to be managed correctly.
Correctly. That's right. Give it up. That's so true. And that's something that we did not do, man. And I think that had a lot. And I know we can say, Zeke is older. And, Zeke. But I just think that just really killed his spirit or his adrenaline. When you have to share the time, you talking about this guy come in as a rookie running back. We saw what he was doing, but again, that was up under Scott Linehan too. That was up under Scott Linehan. This is when Dak and Zeke was damn good. Then we changed that over to Kellen Moore. Then from Kellen Moore to Mike McCarthy. So yeah, but anyway, but again, I'm with Nate. We got to go by 1 season, and Rico Dowdle is my guy. While you think Williams is better. And it's no. So give it up for my guy, Rico Dowdle. Oh man. So I'm just saying. So listen, let's talk about this linebacker core. What is this linebacker core gonna look like, brother? I mean, we got a plethora of linebackers. What is your ideal of what that linebacking core gonna look like? I mean, you got Lua Fowl, you got maybe Paulson might slide back there. What is that linebacker core going to look like?
Oh man, you got Kenneth Murray Jr.
Woo, that's my guy.
Woo. We got to start with him, the beast.
Yes, sir.
You got Lua Fowl, Maurice Lua Fowl, or excuse me, Marist Lua Fowl.
Marist, yeah.
Overshown's going to be coming back probably November. You're going to have him in there. You just drafted Shamir James, the Gator. Was he a Gator?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yep, the Gator Shamir James. There's a
him.
lot of potential there. He might be a little small. I think he's a 6'2". I think he's 6'2". I mean, I think he'd be. I think if he could pack on some weight, be a stud. I like what the linebacker is. Buddy Johnson retaining the special teams guy. Buddy Johnson. I want to see how he looks this offseason. Under Matt Eberflus. Matt Eberflus is a linebackers coach at heart. Matt Eberflus is going to spend a lot of time with linebackers. That's just who he is. and I can't wait. I think a lot of these guys are going to benefit from that. But I'm excited to see this linebacker core. Now, there's a lot of questions there. Don't get me wrong. And then we got Jack Sandburn from the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, that's
a
right.
Carryover from Matt Eberflus as well. So pretty pumped to see what Matt Eberflus does, because this is his special realm here. This is why he is where he is in the NFL.
You know, we didn't know much about Sanborn or what is it, Sanborn?
Sanborn, yeah.
Sanborn. We didn't know much. And I didn't know much about him. I mean, I knew he was a linebacker with Chicago, and we didn't hear much about Sanborn as much. But dude, let me tell you something. So I had to go back and check out what the fans were saying. The fans were pissed that they lost him. They were pissed. So. Yeah, so maybe we got something there. Maybe we got something there. Yeah, because the fans, I mean, now, media wasn't reporting much on them, but when you go back to the fans and what they were reporting on TikTok and things they were pissed. They didn't understand why they didn't bring him back. So, hey, that's another steal for us. So, hey, man, I mean, shoot, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm just curious to see what this offense is going to look like and how it's going to all come together at the end of the day, man. I'm even thinking about going back out there to Oxnard, man.
What?
I know it, man. If you're watching, if you're watching this, please hit the like button. Thanks to Felicia Collins. All right, so yeah, man. So here we are. You're supposed to be sharing with us a player to watch, and I'm gonna share mine, and then we're gonna get on about it. We done held these folks for a whole hour already. We ain't really got into what we want to get into. But anyway, let's hear what you got that you want to share with us and the player we need to watch on your watch.
All right, man. Jadon Blue, the running back out of Texas. Speed,
okay.
Shooting ability. He can play special teams. He rotational running back type player.
Mm-hmm.
He does have some ball security issues. I ain't gonna lie to you. He did fumble a lot there at Texas. I think it cost him a game. Can he get that clean? Fumbles are discipline. Fumbles can get cleaned up. Fumbles ain't a habit. Being in the habit of bad discipline led to his fumbles, right? So can he get that bad habit of discipline corrected? We're gonna see. But my player to watch is Jadon Blue, the running back out of Texas. His ability to run, his ability to pass, his ability to play special teams. This guy will make the football team all day long. Hopefully, he can stay healthy in the training camp and in the preseason, because he's going to get a lot of touches. But he has to learn how to protect that ball. I mean, 7 fumbles in 2 years. That's no bueno. In Spanish terms, that means no good. All right.
I don't know what it is. Sometimes when they wear those sleeves, man, those sleeves that they wear, kids, they don't realize, man, it's that fabric that's on there that would cause that ball to come up out of it. I don't know what the case may have been. Maybe he just, he don't have a hand. I don't know. But yeah, I hope we can get that cleaned up. Yeah, I definitely want to see Jadon Blue. And I think we'll look at him more of a scat back. And like we say, we know Clayton Adams. Clayton Adams. Also, Coach Connors, I can never think of the kid. James Conner, I believe that's his name, over at the Cardinals.
And he's a smart man. He's signed with Rock Nation Sports to be his agent.
Who, Jadon Blue?
Yes, he did.
What? Oh, okay. That's what's up. But I think that's what he's looking for in Jadon Blue. He's gonna be that James Conner type running back, with that front blocking scheme. And now to even talk about Clayton Adams also mentioned, he said that he uses how did he say this? He said that we work with the strengths of the offensive line. If they're used to pulling, if they're good at pulling, we'll pull. If they're good at zone blocking, we'll zone block. So that's what makes Clayton Adams so great, because he works off the offensive line strength. Now, what that is with us, I don't know. We've been zone blocking for the longest. Do we stay with zone blocking? I have no idea, but that's going to be something to see. But I see Jadon Blue being used like James Conner, and we saw James Conner down there run almost 200 yards on us when we played him a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that game.
Yeah. Okay. So give it up for Mike for giving that up and sharing that with us about Jaden Blue. Give it up. Now I'm going to share this individual, and you know what? Watching this guy here, man, just lets you know how no, I'm not gonna say not how often, how less. No, I can't even say use. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say how we now looking at this guy. His name is Solomon Thomas. This guy's a beast. This guy's in the gym. Seems like he's in the gym 24/7, bro. Have you seen Solomon Thomas?
Yeah, he's a big dude. He's a Dak Prescott lookalike.
This dude is in the weight room, bro. Why? What? You don't see that no more. You don't see linemen built like this guy. Well, Myles Garrett's one. He's one. He's pretty yoked up. But Solomon Thomas, so we brought him. He's a defensive tackle. Now, his size is concerned. He's 6'3", 295 pounds. Tweener. Pretty much a tweener. How are you going to use it? But he's 29 years old. He's actually went to Capella High School. He also went to Stanford University. Hey, and also, so he was drafted by the 49ers. And yeah, then he came with, and then he went to Las Vegas. He played with them in 2021. Now he recently has been brought up here with us. You can bring him on, Fleabug. Bring him on. Go ahead and bring him on.
Yeah, that's uncensored. That's my dog. Or is that Champs? Who is that?
That Champs.
So,
okay.
so you know, with that being said, now this individual, I watched him. Now here's the problem. I like him. I watched the video of him. I think he's going to be more of a backup to Osa Digazua. I think that's what it's going to happen. He's going to probably play, get the rotational with Osa. I don't think he'll play next to Osa because of his size. But I think, again, overall, this kid, he's a big guy. He has a motor. He draws double teams, and he can definitely penetrate the backfield. Now, here's the only negative that I saw about him, that he's only had like 17 sacks within 6 years. Okay? 17 sacks. Let me get my name. In 6 years. And he was actually drafted in the top 3 in 2017. Now, with that being said, that's what has hurt him, because they was trying to compare Solomon Thomas to Myles Garrett. Now, they were saying if he would have dropped further down in the draft, that would have been okay. But because he was drafted in the top 3 as one of the top 3 draft players, that is what they're holding against him. And I guess you could, but I like this guy. I like Solomon. I think he's going to bring something to the table, to this defense, especially if Matt has anything to do with it. So again, Solomon Thomas is my guy. The guy's yoked up, kind of built like me in a way. He might be a little bit smaller than me, Mike, but he almost as big as me. But he just got to he got to get in the gym a little bit more often. You see that, Mike? Yeah,
that's like you're constipated.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, that is my guy for today. My guy is Solomon Thomas. So you keep your eye on Solomon Thomas. I really like this guy, but again, we just don't know how he's going to be used. But he definitely got a motor like Osa. But I just don't see it because he's only 295, so that might be a problem. But I even see him probably sliding out to the outside as a defensive end. To be honest with you, kind of remind you of Dwight Freeney. You remember Dwight Freeney? He kind of reminds you of the Dwight Freeney. Quick feet, quick hand movement, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, that's my guy. What's up, Cowboys champ? Cowboys champ in the house. Give it up, Cowboys champ. What's up, buddy?
What's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing today?
Doing great. If you would have been on time.
Yeah.
Hey, don't feel bad because he was late too, man. I was here by myself.
Corner always late. So my guy is the 7th round running back. I can't pronounce his name. Martha. Yeah, that's my go-to guy. Like
Okay.
6'2", 234 pounds.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's going to be a bowling ball right there.
Well, see, And that was the question was asking too, Cowboys champ. I mean, because only reason he failed so far is because he was injured. He wasn't able to participate in the combine or the pro days. So it was like a diamond in the rough. It was a
Man,
steal.
yeah, 'cause I'm going back and looking at his college tape. Man, he was running over people.
Yeah, what is it? What is it, Mike? What are you talking about, brother?
Uncensored over here talking crazy.
Oh,
This ain't
pull it up.
Saturday.
What did he say?
He said, next time, corner, send me the link and I'll jump on and correct you guys for misinformation in real time. Uncensored.
What happened? Oh, you sent the wrong link, brother?
No, I never sent the link out to him. But he
Oh.
said he wants the link. He wants to correct me in real time. Come on.
Kenneth Murray Jr. is the guy I'm watching. I think could be big time. Yeah, man. Until
Oh yeah, talking about the linebacker they got from the Titans.
heck yeah, I like man.
Mhm.
He's scary, man.
Uncensored said we never seen him playing the Cowboy uniform, so we won't know what he's gonna do. So
We talking about Kenneth.
well, anything. Uncensored the double downer, man.
Wait, hey, look what Brando said. This is not talking crazy. Give it up. I don't know. Mike get you to talking crazy after so long. You know, he kind of got me out of my form tonight. God dang it. He kind of got me out of my form tonight. This ain't talking crazy.
Yeah.
I want the my Schottenheimer rant on your TikTok feed. Tag me in. I can't wait to watch that back.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put it on there. So let's give Cowboy Champ some time. Come on, Champ. We're gonna take up all the time. We're gonna give you some time. What you got on you? What's on your
Oh no,
mind?
that's just about it. Yeah, I just want to go and get my little spiel. Cause that's my go-to guy. Keep an eye on him.
That's so right. I'm with Uncensored Cowboy.
Yeah. Calm down.
Yeah. But that's what we are, man. I mean, you know, like I say, man, I think Phil Maffa was one man that just fell in our lap like Parson, man. I mean, again, he wasn't able to participate in the combine or the pro day simply because of his injury, man. But again, I
But you
think
know what?
he's a major contributor to this team, man.
You know what? Him and Blue, that has to be the 1-2 punch. It has to be.
I have no problem with that. I really don't have a problem with that. But
so they can but I think they're gonna go more pass heavy, but I would love for them to be more run heavy.
Pass happy stuff, bro. Now we done seen that. That's why we bringing Brian Schottenheimer in to create a running game. Don't start that throwing the ball 50 times and running 5 wide, going deep. No, we trying to get away from that. Give me a double tight set. Give me a double tight set. Give me a couple of pulling guards. Run me some screens and give me some smash mouth football. That's what I want. Give it up. Right.
Big shout out to my dog 1980 in the house. That was
1980 in the house.
The power man himself.
Yeah. So that's what's going on, guys. Again, man, this is who we want to share with y'all. But the question is, can the curse be broken? Let me ask you that, Cowboy Champ, before we get out of here. Can the curse be broken with this coaching staff?
Jerry Jones. Oh. Jerry Jones, that's all I gotta say. Darius Stephen ain't Will McClay. That's my answer right there.
So you're saying it's not gonna happen?
Jerry, Stephen, and Will McClay. That's my answer right there.
I wasn't asking.
Well, Mike, all that you said, Mike, that just didn't hype up everybody. I'm sorry. I mean, you might have to try that again. You got to preach a little harder next time.
What? No, man. You never asked me that question directly, did you?
Well, okay. Well, let us know. Can the curse? Hey, I did ask you, but I don't know what happened. But can the curse be broken with this coaching staff?
Man, look.
Now, come on, man. There ain't no more excuses, bro.
There's no curse. There's no curse. You look at
30 years.
Curse and bad coaching are two different things, all right? The Annabelle doll that was in New Orleans, that's cursed, all right? The Cowboys ain't cursed. So check this out. It's bad luck. You look at 2009, Brett Favre went there, shook our feathers up. We got kicked out.
Cursed.
Then you go to 2014, the catch, no catch. If Dez caught that ball, we're singing a different tune. We might have won the Super Bowl that year. 2016, rookie linebacker, or rookie quarterback, rookie linebacker. All right.
Cursed.
Then you go fast forward 2018. We beat the Seattle Seahawks. We're going to the next round, and I can't remember who beat us, but we got beat again. All right.
Cursed.
Then you go 20. Then you go 2021, and then what does Dak Prescott do?
Cursed.
He tries to run the ball and tries to spike it, and don't know the rules to get the ball.
That's being cursed, bro. That is being cursed.
2022, we had way too many penalties. 2023, we let the guys off the hook, and they were who we thought they were. All right, in the Green Bay Packers, you cannot say cursed when it's been horrible coaching, and you can't say cursed when the team hasn't been put in a situation to be led.
No.
Led.
Dude, that wasn't terrible coaching when Dak decided to run down the field with the.
Yeah, Kellen Moore called the play. Kellen Moore called the play.
It don't matter. But so listen, okay. And there comes a time as a quarterback when you've been in the league so long to where when you line up on that line of scrimmage, you should be able to read that defense and say, oh, that's not going to work. I should be able to look at my receiver and say, CD, give me a quick slant. Or, hey, what do he say? Kill. Whatever the case may be. But it comes a time when the quarterback has to step up and make the changes that's needed in order to be successful. Now, we cannot keep babysitting Dak. We can't keep babysitting Dak. We can't do it. Dak, no more excuses. I'm tired of hearing the same old story. Huh?
It was before Dak, too. It was before Dak.
Yeah. Tony Romo. See, it's cursed. They play just alike. Both of them play just alike.
It's bad luck, man.
Hey,
we haven't had
Quincy
the ball
Carter.
bounce our way.
Quincy Carter.
If we had the ball bounce our way a couple more plays, we would have had 2 more Super Bowls.
Well, hey, man, you know what? I like the optimism that you have with you, brother. I'm being optimistic is a great thing to have, and I'm optimistic with you. But dude, there's no more excuses. You see what mine said? Mine says no more talk. Ain't no more talking.
Oh, there's no. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying curse is a big word.
Not on your part. I'm talking about with the Cowboys. There's no more excuses. We have built this team several times. We got 3 12-5 seasons. We got everything that this guy needs. We got a whole new coaching staff. I'm gonna tell you, it has yet to be seen what this coaching staff is going to bring to the table. I'm just saying. You know, when like I say, when Brian came on, boy, he had some bad reaction from a lot of reporters out there, even fans as well. It's like, what the crap are we doing? So again, Brian still had to prove himself, if you ask me. So we'll see. We'll see. What's your final thought before we get out of here? What's your final thought? Let everybody know what's on your mind.
Man, no, appreciate everybody. No one liked my cursed rant. That's okay. That's my opinion. Someone said I got a alter ego. No, man, I'm drinking the Schottenheimer Kool-Aid. All right, let me be. Let me live. I got a couple more months till we actually see it, and then we got to play them Stank Eagles here week 1, and we're gonna beat those guys. All right, I'm tired of thinking that we're gonna lose. I'm tired of our own fan base thinking that we're just gonna give the Eagles a dub. Like we're just gonna lay down and say, Eagles, you're gonna hang your banner. You're gonna beat America's team. We're the America's team, damn it. We're the Dallas Cowboys. Screw those Eagles, man. Quit trying to give these guys, sure, give them their flowers. But you should have give them their flowers in February when they won that Super Bowl. The flowers are now dead. It's a new year. We're about to be at training camp. It's time to shut these damn Eagles up. And let's go beat these guys week 1. It starts week 1.
Well, I thank you for that, Cowboys corner. We appreciate that rant and everything. But again, this is going to Brian Schottenheimer. This is going to the coaching staff. Listen, in order for your players to be successful, you got to put them in a successful position to be successful. So, yeah, you got the players. You got the coaches. Again, like it says on my name below, the subtitle, No more talk. I'm tired of making excuses for Dak. Dak, I'm tired of hearing these interviews. Oh, yeah, we're going to do great. We're going to do it. We're doing it. Just shut the hell up. Just shut the hell up. I want to sit on the field. But it's no more talk. You got your running backs. You got your receivers. Now we need these coaches to put this together and make it happen. No more talk. I'm not, listen, no more excuses. Put the thing together. If it doesn't, and it's not about building for the future, we got to win now. Jerry Jones got more time behind him than he do ahead of him. So I'm sure he's trying to win now. So no more talk, no more excuses. Again, Brian, it has yet to be seen what you're going to bring to this organization. So I'm still skeptical. I'm optimistic, but I'm skeptical. So that's my rant, and I'm not going to make a lot of it like our guy over here.
I'm just tired of our own fan base thinking we're just going to lay down and get beat by the Eagles.
Well, no, and we shouldn't. There's no excuse to get beat by the Eagles again. Why should we get beat? We went and got George Pickens. We went and got Brian Schottenheimer to coach this team, to turn this team around. We got a running back core back there. Okay, so, no, they shouldn't beat us. We should beat them. But, again, that has yet to be seen. So, everybody, thank y'all for hanging out with us tonight. I'm not going all the way over there where this guy's going. But I'm just going to say, no more talk. Do me a favor, hit the like button below, and make sure you share this video, and make sure you leave a comment. But like I always say, continue to stay safe and be blessed. 2 fingers up. We're out. Deuces.